Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for watching this video today. My name is Nur Jasmina binti Muhammad Adam and my matrix number is 1211286. And I am an architecture student from University Science Islam Malaysia, and I'm looking forward to talk with you about the final project that I was assigned last semester. Before I start, I would like to thank all my lecturers who helped me throughout the semester to complete this assignment. And also, I would like to thank my beloved Arhin friends who have been through thick and thin with me. I remember how we all have struggled without sleeping and eating, and how everyone helped each other without expectation or without hesitations towards each other. But in the end, it was all worth it because we all have gained a lot of knowledge out of the completing this task. So let's start. First, I'm going to brief about this project and then I'll explain about my product of this assignment. The name of the project that I was given was Up Pod Mobitecture. So what is Up Pod? Up Pod is a tent-like space for people to rest and sleep in it. It is called pop-up because of its ability to compress and decompress. So what is Mobitecture? Mobitecture is a design concept of habitat on move. Basically, the requirements asked me to make a pop-up pod which is transportable and easy to carry around for the frontliners who work all day and all night to keep all of us safe and cared during the COVID-19 pandemic. So I need to design and create one-to-one pop-up pod for the frontliners so they can rest inside them with privacy and comfort. The compulsory use of this pop-up pod is for frontliners to sleep and rest, and I need to add another related leisure activity to the pop-up pod. So the dimension of the pop-up pod should be 2 meters square to 4 meters square depending on the anthropometric of the chosen activity. The pop-up pod should fit 1 person and 2 activities comfortably. This pod can be outdoor or indoor pod. It should be mobile and transportable. The pod should have also a good comfort, good lighting and a good ventilation and some storage space. And I need to make a workable prototype of this pod. I was given around 4 weeks to complete this assignment, which was very hectic and tough 4 weeks for me and my Arhin friends. So now comes the exciting part. I'm going to explain about my final product of the assigned project. So first, I'm going to show the presentation board of the project and talk about the pop-up pod I have designed. So this is the first board. So the issue I have come through regarding this assignment is that paramedic doesn't have space to rest in peace because COVID-19 caused the hospital packed with patients. So I have designed a pop-up pod for medical workers to sleep, to rest and eat in it. So the extra leisure activity I chose is for frontliners to eat inside the pop-up pod comfortably. So next, the Nakli studies that I have done in this project is from Surah An-Nahl, verse 68. It goes, "Your Lord revealed to the honeybee, make living spaces in the mountains, in the trees and in the structure they raise." What I have studied from this verse is that honeybee built homes at many places and the structure they raise is honeycomb, which are hexagonal shape. Which brings me to the ideation of my pop-up pod, which is honeycomb. Honeycomb has a very interesting structure. It consists of thousands of hexagon-shaped honey combined. Hexagon is a very unique shape because it has equal size units and leaves no waste space of hexagon. Hexagon when combined, it minimizes the perimeter for a given area because of its 120-degree angle. So the basic shape I chose for my pop-up pod is hexagon, which brings me to my concept, which is space saving. Now, let's go back to our issue. Our issue was paramedic doesn't have space to rest because of packed hospital during COVID-19 pandemic. So I choose space saving concept so I can fit as many pots as possible in one place. So because of its packed hospital during COVID patients, so we need some space saving. We all have seen the video of the situation at the hospitals during the pandemic in the news or in the social media. It really struck me because watching all the frontliners working so hard and stuck in the middle of thousands of people with COVID, it really breaks my heart. So it is my responsibility to design the best spot possible for them. So to overcome this issue, space saving is the best concept to apply in my design. By using this concept, I also can put a lot of storage spaces in my pot while they can eat and sleep peacefully. There are also a lot of things I can fit inside the pot because of the hexagonal shape. Now let's talk about the pot. So it is a hexagonal shaped pot with 1800 millimeters long, 1300 millimeters height and 750 millimeters width. This is the best dimension I came up with that fits one person to sleep, rest and eat. As shown in the picture, this is the elevation in the section of the pop-up pot. I have attached storage pocket on the side of the pot so they can put their belongings inside them. I think it is very convenient because they can put a lot of things inside them without disturbing their sleeping space. I also have attached LED stripe on the top of the pot so it has good lighting inside of it when it is dark outside or when it's night outside. So to eat inside the pot, I have attached a foldable table on the side of the pot so the frontliners can eat comfortably inside the pot. On the side of the table, I also have attached a trash pocket where you can dispose the waste of your food. So when you open the pocket, you can put the waste in the trash bag outside the pot. So this will make sure the pot won't have a weird smell due to the waste. On the outside of the pot, I have attached a window for a good ventilation. You must be wondering how I'm going to light up the LED lights I have attached inside the pot. So here's the answer. I have attached a solar panel outside the pot so it can directly connect to the LED light inside the pot. During daytime, the solar panel can charge up and the medical workers can use the lights in the night. And I have made the pop-up pot door in a T shape so they can go in easily and have a good privacy. Next, let's look at the top view and the plan of the pot. So this is the top view and the plan of the pot. Now I'm going to talk about the transportable strategies. At first, I was very concerned and worried about how the transportability will be because the pot I designed is quite big. After a lot of research and findings, I came up with a very great way to make this pot mobile and transportable. And I think this is the best way for medical workers to carry around this pot, and it is easy to assemble and disassemble the pot in a very convenient way. So basically, the hexagon will be divided horizontally into two detachable structures. First, the aluminium pole is detached from the PVC connector, and every single pole has a PVC connector that connected to the upper part of the pot. Next, the pot is compressed horizontally and it becomes smaller. Next, the pot will be folded in half vertically. And then the medical worker can put the pot in the bag that came with the pot and they can carry around easily. So that's how the transportable strategies works. It will be very mobile for the medical workers to carry around and easy for them to assemble and disassemble the pot wherever they want. As you can see in the board, that's how the pot will look like. It is very simple and comfortable for medical workers who are looking for a resting space which are convenient for them. Now let's talk about the construction and materials of this pot. After a lot of research and studies, I came up with the best materials and construction for this pot. The fabric that I choose for this pot is nylon fabric. The reason why I choose nylon fabric is because it is waterproof, it has minimal incoming light, and it is lightweight. So I want to make sure the pot is not too heavy, and it will be handy to carry around, and it will be waterproof during the rainy day. So here's the story. I was a bit stressed out at that time because I don't know where to find such fabric. I searched Shopee, I searched at online stores, offline stores, but they have nylon fabric, but it was expensive. As a student, I don't really have an income, so one day I went to Mr. DIY to find materials for the mock-up for this pot. So with the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I found the best fabric that suits all the criteria I needed, which is shower curtain. Bit shocking, but yes, I used shower curtain for this pot, which was affordable and next for the structure. I used aluminium pole for the structure. The aluminium pole can be detached from the upper part of the pot, so it can be transportable. I also used a PVC connector to connect the upper part and the lower part of the pot. Aluminium pole is a very strong material, so the pot won't fall or collapse during bad weather. To bend the aluminium pole into a hexagonal shape, I went to the steel shop at my place and asked them to bend it exactly 120 degrees to meet the basic hexagon shape. For the storage pocket inside the pot, I used a mesh fabric to store the belonging and clothes. There are also rubbish pocket built in the pot. The window of this pot was made from mesh fabric too, so it can reach the standard ventilation and privacy requirements. And to attach the solar panel to the pot, I used two elastic band each aside to hold the solar panel. And I stitched the fabric onto the pole one by one by sewing with hand to form a hexagonal shape. To be honest, it took a very long time for me to complete the pop-up pot, but it was all worth it because the prototype worked finely and it was perfect like how I imagined and I designed it to be. So that's the end of the explanation of my pop-up pot. Thank you so much for listening and watching this video. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.